What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. You guys seem to really enjoy the last Speedway video that I done, the 50 lapper on the oval on Diablo County. So we're going to kick it up a notch. This is Warren County Speedway, created by Jay. As you can see, it's not an oval, it's a figure of 8 instead. So there might be some collisions going on. As you can see, when you cross the path here in the middle, there is a jump line as well as a low line where you go straight. So maybe if you do go here and someone happens to be going the other direction at the wrong time, you might end up in the hospital. But this is a 30 lap race. The road is only on 1, I think, so it shouldn't get terribly deep. But fun part, 252 strokes only. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you on the start gate. Okie dokie, so gamers. This didn't really go as planned. I had a game crash, first of all, while spectating, trying to get a thumbnail for this video, which I then closed the game, reopened it, and my max HUD was all boofed, and we done a race. However, you're never going to see that race, because I went to go and edit in DaVinci Resolve just now, and the entire thing is just a still frame of me on the start gate. It didn't record at all. So that's incredibly frustrating. Spoiler alert, I did actually win it by like 2 laps. So this track leads to some incredibly intense racing. It's actually pretty damn wild. Unfortunately, I don't see a Mr. Smigdamp on the gate this time. I have a feeling he might be AFK and not making it. Smiggy actually came in P2, which is a big W. Yeah, it did not start. So both Smiggy and Austin there in 19th and 20th, they actually both had really good races and were one of the faster people on the track. So this should be quite straightforward this time. So 30 laps itself takes around 8 minutes or so, I want to say. So the most chaotic part of this is once you get a couple of laps deep and you start getting into lappers, all hell breaks loose because you're going so fast around this track and hitting jumps. There's just no chance of dodging people at all. You can see that I've done a lap already and the please, oh my Christ. You can see already that the people in front of me have they're getting lapped already, so that's a bit of an L. And oh, get over that, there we go. Now I always find it difficult to kind of re-record videos. I really like doing it with just the raw reaction straight away, so I want to try and backtrack a little bit and try and go through what I was going through. So this is being recorded right after my EU race of the MX Bikes GP at Locket, which is actually on a Wednesday, because everything got delayed because of the DDoSing of Peboso's servers, etc. That is all fixed now. They're all up and running again. I think they was up and running before. Oh, there's a nice little different line there from Mr. Jet. They was all up and running again actually when my mud video went live, which is a bit embarrassing because I had to then put a comment saying that, oh, by the way, this was recorded before the servers got fixed. Imagine the one time Peboso fixes something fairly quickly is when I least expect it. So thank you, Peboso. Oh my Christ, you can see that there's no way I could do anything to avoid that. That is absolutely hectic. Shout out to all the vortex ruts, by the way, on the insides of the corners. So apparently the insides on this track are actually really, really fast. You just can't really take them at the moment because they're currently being blocked by these vortex ruts. I'm quite surprised to see people taking these low lines, the non-jump lines, because in my mind, that's just a recipe for disaster, having people crossing like both ways, waiting to get run into. But this is so much fun. I mean, the only reason that I'm doing this race in the first place, oh, we're rhyming again, love that, is because the Speedway video on the Diablo County track by Endo done really well, and people say they want to see more, they want to see higher road, more laps, and we're just kind of testing. Oh god, thank you for both. Well, I mean, I'm taking this line now. What do you reckon? Reckon we hit someone? Oh, that's a bumhole is puckering, I'm telling you. Yeah, the reason that we're doing this one is it's a little bit more on the extreme side, I would say, and it reminds me very, very much of, I might be showing my age here, I don't know how many people will remember this. It was either a PS1 or a PS2 game, can't remember exactly which one because it is so long ago, called Demolition Derby or Demolition Derby, one of the two. It was basically just like if banger racing, if you're in the UK. I don't know if that is the term used across the world, but yeah, it had like massive figure of 8 tracks, basically just trying to destroy each other's cars, essentially. It was probably one of the most played games of my childhood outside of anything motocross related, and I absolutely loved it. I wonder if there's any way of me being able to emulate it these days. There must be, there's emulators for everything. I want to see if I can try and find it, because I imagine that the graphics and just the gameplay in general, they probably don't hold up as well as I imagine they do. I mean, nostalgia is one hell of a thing, But yeah, that gives me something to do. That's something to just bear in mind. But what this does is it just opens the door for more possibilities. And this is just the tester. We've only got this on 1.5 erode. I think I said 1 in the intro, but it's actually 1.5. And it's actually getting pretty damn deep. We're only 12 laps into this out of 30, and you can see how deep the ruts are getting. And oh god, oh god, oh god. And I think the main reason for this is the this is a bit of an L place to crash. Is the erode on this game is all based on like forces. It's nothing to do with the tyres at all. It's just how much force has been applied into the ground. I got no chance getting through there. I could actually lose my lead here. I only had a 20-second lead with these 2 crashes. Let's get going again. Lovely. Yeah, it's all to do with the forces being applied into the ground. So obviously the faster you're going, the more force going into the ground, the deeper the ruts are going to be. Which is why with only 1.5 erode, and there's not that many people. There's 18 people started this race. You can see it getting pretty damn hectic. This is not good. I'm 100% going to lose my lead here. Oh god, no. Oh, the MX Bikes physics. Come on. Just, go faster, boys. Why does it take you all so long to get going again? Oh, go, 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 go. That's it, I've lost the lead. Right, we got to try and put on the burners here. Can't be losing in my own video. That's unallowed, not intentional. So maybe like a nice little segue here is how have I been the one to hit that one bike? Oh my Christ. In regards to these wonky physics on the game, so the MXGP of Locket, I rode it on a 450. Now, those of you will remember at the beginning of this season, I was doing 250s only because I was probably a bit more, not scared, but a bit worried about the 450 handling and physics in outdoors. Now, I'd done 450 for the last 4 or 5 rounds, and they've actually been okay. You know, they've treated me surprisingly well. However, Locket wasn't quite the same way. I don't know if it was the track at all, or I did make the change to the Husky just for this race only, so it could have been the bike altogether. Maybe the Yamaha wouldn't have given me all these issues. However, nearly every single corner on that track, if you wasn't 101% perfect, you'd get some sort of front end tuck or back end slide out, or the foot pegs would dig into the ground, or your rider's arms would go all loose and wobblies if he's got no strength. And it was just incredibly frustrating because it was just kind of like the perfect recipe for disaster, and just makes me like think the game is actually still super broken in so many ways, yet we all still love playing it, and I can't understand why. And it kind of brings me on to what I want to discuss about these weird physics, and I'm kind of finding ways of combating them. So if you are in a corner that, let's say, has a particularly deep rut in it, maybe it is not a smooth rut, it's got a hook in it, maybe it's quite a bumpy rut as well, I found probably the best way of combating the weird physics is to stand up the entire way through the corner, first of all, and then, oh, what are people doing? How can you be that oblivious and riding? Oh my god, that wasn't Patty's fault, by the way. I think that was Waffle that absolutely destroyed him. Does this fence have collisions? Oh, it actually does. Oh, I've been done so dirty here. That's actually outrageous. I was just a passenger. I've done nothing wrong. Oh god, let's get back on the track. Oh, I can't even jump back on the track now. Oh, this lap's probably not even going to count. I would be very surprised if this lap counts. Get up and over this. And then through here. Oh, it did. I lost 26 seconds. Are you insane? That's actually nuts. That's so much. Oh my god, the track is getting so much rougher this time round. I don't know what's going on. I had nowhere near this much grief last time, or last race. I mean, it just goes to show, doesn't it? Like, was I ever going to do as well in the second race? It's always kind of first take, oh, this is going crazy now. All luck, no skill. You know what, Stan? I don't disagree with you there. I'd say that's a pretty damn accurate name. I mean, this is still winnable. What am I, 11 seconds off the lead? So, yeah, a couple of mistakes from the boys at the front, and we could be back in with a chance. It might be smart of me to just start hugging the insides, honestly. So I feel like I've got distracted again. Going back to what I was saying about controlling the bike in the super rough stuff or deep stuff or off-camber stuff where the front end gets super duper light and wobbly and you can't control it. Stand up, lean forwards and wait the opposite peg all at the same time. I'm not sure why it works. It's very counterintuitive, I want to say, of someone like me who has many hundreds of hours on this game learning to do it the complete opposite way. Like when I was learning this game, the meta or the way of going fast was to sit down and basically lean back everywhere. But now it seems to be, more often than not, in a lot of the rough stuff, standing up and leaning forwards is the way to go. And I feel like what it does essentially is it just pushes your front end into the ground. which then stops all of the wonkiness and wobbliness. Just give it a go. And one thing that I cannot stress enough on these, especially these GP tracks, especially after a moto and they're super ride and super deep, it pays to be... Oh my Christ. It pays to be careful, is what I'm going to say. Sometimes slowing down does allow you to go faster. I'm not going to make this jump, am I? No. Oh, god damn it. Oh, people are so aggressive. It's unreal. Is that going to count? Yeah, that counted. Okay. I mean, we are still up, somehow, after that absolute chaos last time round. I think there's a lot of people in this server that just joined it because it's on the server list, not because I announced it in Discord. So what I've been doing, if you're not part of the Lynn's Discord, by the way, please do join. And you haven't even got to sit in voice chats or talk or say anything. More so just to keep up to date with what's going on. Massive shout out to Smiggy, by the way, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even have a proper functioning Discord anyway. So big W to him, and it comes in so helpful. It's so nice being able to fill up lobbies on tracks and on bikes that just never would get any attention normally. I mean, 9 times out of 10 these days, if you load up MX bikes, more often than not, you're going to see a few full servers. There'll probably be a trial map for the Bike Life boys. There'll be a forest server, maybe Walnut, maybe Farm, something along them lines. So to play these weird and wonderful tracks, especially on like higher road and maybe even in weird, wild conditions, it's definitely refreshing for me. It stops me getting super burnt out in the game, and I just really hope that you guys do enjoy it as well. So join the Discord, the link is in the description of every single video, and all I'll do every now and then is just at everyone saying that we're going to do, like, bin server is up on X track, the road is blah blah blah, the weather is blah blah blah, the bikes are blah blah blah. And, oh god, oh god, oh god. I've got a 13-second lead here, so I could actually get this dubski. I think that guy in front of me is actually P2. Oh no, it's not, that's Stan. That's Mr. Eminem. That's all luck, no skill. Over the last jump. Oh, yeet. And there we go. That is 30 out of 30 laps. That one was a lot more stressful than first time round. I have no idea why. But you can see just how chaotic it can get. The road was actually pretty brutal. It's not smooth road. It's quite choppy and kicks your bike all over the place. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. That's the most important thing. If you did, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a lovely rest of the day, whatever you're up to. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.